Good morning, class. Did y'all enjoy your spring break? Yeah.
Good morning.
Everybody's so excited to be back in Introduction to Business and Technology today. I can see it from your faces. I can tell. Before we get started, we're just going to do a real quick activity. So if you will, grab a piece of paper, something, it doesn't have to be fancy, just something to scribble on, and a pen or pencil. And as quick as you can, I'm going to try to read the quote by the second hand. I should have brought a timer, but for a minute, I'm going to let you can choose to do one of the following. The first thing you can choose is to list as many automobile manufacturers as you can think of in a minute, or you can choose to list as many retail establishments as you can think of in a minute. So,
can we do both or just one
no,
or the
just
other?
choose one, please.
Okay.
We're about to go in 4, 3, 2, 1. Are you with us, Pam? They could be some you like, some you don't like, doesn't matter.
Can it be ones that we can't even afford?
Yes, definitely. If you include TJ Maxx, though, you might can afford some of those labels. TJ Maxx.
Oh.
That's what I'm doing. Got about 10 more seconds.
Devin,
Hey, what you got here?
is Lamborghini a car maker?
Yeah, it's a car.
But is it
Okay,
a car
time.
maker?
Susan, did you get very many back there on your list? Okay, we're just going to take just a minute, just because I think this is kind of a fun little activity. On this row, Bonnie, how many did you get?
11.
Anybody get more than 11 on this row? No? Okay. Did you do cars or?
Cars.
Okay. Tell me your favorite one from your list.
Toyota.
Oh, excellent. Do you drive a Toyota?
I do.
Excellent. This row, how many did you get, Will?
I got 9.
Anybody get more than 9 on this row? How many did you get, Maggie?
13.
Did you get more than 13?
6.
Oh, awesome. What did you do?
Oh, retail stores.
So tell me your favorite one on your list.
TJ Maxx.
How come? Because you can get designer labels at cheaper prices. You don't have anybody to compare to, but how many did you get?
8.
8. Did you do the cars or did you do the
I
retail?
did the cars.
So what's your favorite car on your list? Is it the Lamborghini?
It's a Lamborghini.
Is that what you drive?
No, it's like a car I want to drive, but I also put down Mercedes, and I put down Bugatti, and I put down that convertible cool car that's in that one movie. I think it's a Jaguar.
I think that you should go to TJ Maxx for automobiles. Tevin, how many did you get?
I got 11.
Okay, did you get more than Tevin?
No.
No. Did you do cars?
Yes, ma'am.
Favorite one on your list?
I would have to say a Ford.
Is that what you drive?
Nah.
This row, how many did you get? Oh, Megan's got a long list.
12.
Did you get more than 12? Did you do cars?
I did.
Favorite one on your list?
BMW.
Is that what you drive?
No.
Yeah, me too. Okay, last round, how many did you get?
17.
Did you get more than 17? Oh, how many did you get?
17?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Do you think she said 7?
7.
Did you do the cars? What's your favorite?
Tesla.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, I forgot about that
You should move
one.
back there with Susan. Okay, this is just kind of a fun little activity just to get us going this morning to wake you guys up. Each one of these companies, whether they're a store that sells things, or whether they're an automobile manufacturer, they exist for one thing. Does anybody have any ideas of why they exist?
Make money.
They are in business to make money. Does anybody know how do they know if they make money? They wake up one day and there's money in the bank. Is that how they know if they've made money? Ideas?
They plan.
What'd you say?
Plan.
They have to plan. How do they know whether what they plan comes out in actuality?
Assets equals more than your liabilities.
You're close. Any other guesses?
Have a budget.
Budget's close.
Profit and loss statement.
Profit and loss statement. Good job, Maggie. And that's what we're going to talk about today is the profit and loss statement. And a profit and loss statement is just one of 4 financial statements that we're going to cover in this unit. The financial statement covers, or the items that are reported on the income statement specifically, are some of the records that we covered in our previous lesson. I don't know if you guys remember, but I'm sure you will because you're excellent students. We've talked about that a company has expense records, they have revenue records, they have asset records. We're just going to briefly review those in just a little bit. But before that, I'm going to pass out a couple of income statements from some actual companies. And what I want you to do is just kind of look over the one that you get. People are getting different ones. Just kind of peruse that as we get ready for this next activity. I do have a car manufacturer, but it is not Lamborghini. I actually got these online. You can just, as you know, you can find anything you want just about online. And it is kind of neat to go to company websites and go to, sometimes they have an investor tab, and you can go and look at their annual financial report and see their financials. Raise your hand if you got Nike. Anybody get a Nike? Do you mind coming up here and just standing next to Pam? So we're just put all the Nike over here by Pam. Abercrombie and Fitch. Who got Abercrombie? You didn't? Well, you need one. Oh, wait. Oh, my bad. That's okay. Where was Abercrombie? Who had Abercrombie? Abercrombie can just come stand or sit. You can move a chair because they have rollers. In the front, right up here. No, Amanda and Kevin both. What did you get? Walmart. Was it hard for you to find out whose statement you had? It's usually at the very top, but I pulled this one out of an AFR. Walmart is here with Bonnie. Anybody got Walmart? Oh, Bonnie, are you by yourself? Okay. So you and Will can work together. Okay. Who did you get? Ford. Ford. Are y'all both Ford?
Got Ford.
Okay. And are you Coca-Cola? You're the only. Are you Gold Road Coke? Better you up, huh? Oh, Mr. Gallimore. And you know what? I kind of got out of order a little bit, so we're going to switch gears real quick. You can stay where you are. That's not a problem, but you might want to grab a chair if you don't have one. Sorry, Ted. Here. You're welcome. All right. I don't know if anybody notices, but I have some items.
I noticed those. I
That
noticed.
might be of interest. Walmart had an Easter candy on sale. And these were easier to carry last time. The other time I brought snacks to you guys, they were a little bit more burdensome, but these were easier to carry. So I have some sweets, they're Rice Krispie treats, and I have some salty, different kinds of crackers. The salty are going to represent our revenues. Anybody remember what a revenue is from our previous lesson?
Is it something a company makes?
It is something a company makes, in a sense.
Like money?
Sales. Is it money coming in or money going out of the business? It's money coming in. And I thought of a neat way that you could remember that, but it will embarrass me, but I'm not afraid of embarrassment. NASCAR. Any NASCAR fans in here? I'm not a NASCAR fan, but, I mean, I'm not against it, but I mean, I don't like watch it. But like, you know, NASCAR cars go around the track, and they're slow, they're fast. They're fast. To go fast, you have to rev up your engine, right? I can't make that sound very well, but my 4-year-old can. And he does tell me I drive like a race car sometimes in my minivan. But anyway, so NASCAR, do you think NASCAR makes money? Yes. Probably makes a lot of money. So I want you to think about NASCAR, revving up those engines that are loud, and money coming in, making lots of money. So there's just kind of a mental image. Exit. If you want to exit, what do you want to do? Go in or out? Out. So I want you to think about exit, expense. So an expense is money coming in or money going out? Out. Money going out. Okay. So salty is revenue, money going in or out? In. Sweet is an expense, money going in or money going out? Okay. So they're all jumbled together. If you can't see, you're welcome to stand up. These are the records of our company. They're all mixed up. Money coming in, money going out. We mix them all up. At the end of the day, our net profit is how much we have left over after our money comes in and after our money goes out. We may have this many items coming in and out. This might be what we're left with is one thing. So that's just kind of a visual image. When I'm done with my lesson, you guys can take a snack. The only thing is, this is our classroom, and it's kind of like our home. So we don't want to like junk it up. So just make sure you take your trash and put it in the trash can before you're done. I mean, after you're done, not before you're done. Wait. So today, the bottom line is the name of our lesson. And the reason the name of our lesson is the bottom line is because an income statement shows revenues and they show expenses. The revenues are at the top, expenses are at the bottom. And at the bottom, what's left over, whether you made money or whether you lost money, is the bottom line. It's not at the top, it's at the bottom. We've already talked about this. Maggie mentioned that our income statement also has another name. Sometimes people call it a P&L or a profit and loss statement, because at the end of the day, you got revenues coming in and expenses going out. Your revenues could be more than your expenses. Then you have a profit, which means that you make money. At the end of the day, if your expenses are more, if you pay out more money than you take in, then you have a net loss. That's what's called a profit or loss. Anybody know, just real quick trivia, you probably do, Black Friday. Do you know what Black Friday is? Bonnie, you want to tell the class what Black Friday? I mean, other than we know it's a really good shopping day.
It's a shopping day.
Is that all you know? I mean, is that what you were going to share? Do you know anything about where it got its name?
It's when the companies all get in the black, they're out of the red.
That's right. Because if you spend more than you take in, that's a negative number, and it's reported in red. But if you made money, then it's oh goodness, it's black. So Black Friday is there. Okay. We've already gone over that. These are just a few examples. When you look at an income statement, the top will tell you something about it. It'll tell you what the company name is. This example has Green Harbor, and it shows you what period it's for. This one happens to be year-end December 31st. Again, revenues are reported at the top, expenses are at the bottom, or in the middle rather, and then at the end you have a net income. And as you can see here, this company had almost $300,000 in revenues, $200,000 in expenses for a net profit or loss. Profit. They made money. That's a good place to be. These are just a couple more examples. These are super easy examples. The activity that we're going to do now really quickly is a little bit more detailed. What I want you to do is, I've got a sheet. You don't actually have to fill it in just because the assembly is going to start in a few minutes and we're going to have to run. But just talk about this with your partner. See if you can answer these questions on this handout based on what your income statement is.
I don't understand what a loss is in this moment.
You don't understand what a loss. Okay. Do you have a part-time job? Or do you work? Do you have any, do your parents give you money of any sort?
Yes, ma'am.
Do they just give it on an as-needed basis, or do they allot you? So, if you need gas in your car, your parents give you $40. That's money coming in. You go and put $10 in your car. You put $50 in your car. You're gonna have, is that more than you have to pay for your gas?
Yes.
Yeah, so you've got a loss of, how much? $10. So, a loss is when you spend more than you have. Does that kind of make sense? You'll see it from some examples we're going to work later in a little bit.
I think that's,
Oh, I did? Okay.
what about if I put $20 in it? Is that still loss?
Then you have a profit because you had 40 and you only spent 20, so you had 20 left over.
But the $20 isn't a loss?
No, because you have it, you still have it.
What is that called?
That's called a profit or a gain.
What's the $20 called that I put in my car?
The $20, that's an expense.
Oh, okay.
Because you're paying for gas, money going out.
Yes, ma'am.
Pam, did you need a sheet? Nope. Are you by yourself?
Maggie's with me, I think.
One thing I want to point out on your financial statements really quick, because I think it's kind of interesting. If you look at the top, it'll tell you that these numbers are reported in thousands. For example, Abercrombie and Fitch, their net sales are $4 million, but guess what? That's reported in thousands. So you got to multiply that number times 1 million to get their actual sales, which is an incredible amount of money.
We're in millions.
So you would take yours and multiply whatever number is on your statement by 1 million. So on your handout where it says
7,000 million. We're in millions.
Are you guys Abercrombie and Fitch shoppers?
No.
Oh, did
I have a really
Okay,
nice.
so, your name.
Actually, a really great one. I don't actually remember the percentages. Take the items that we wanted.
I didn't know.
Oh.
3 years.
Yeah.
Will we take the items that we wanted, head them in the back till they went on sale, and then we get them for like $9?
Oh my goodness.
I'm surprised they allowed that.
Well, I didn't start.
So kind of see what
Like,
I,
there we go.
So,
Yeah, hi guys.
okay, so for this area,
Yeah.
yeah, companies being reported, you can always look at the top of the income statement, to show you what company.
Yeah. Right, that's
And for
awesome.
what period they were for. And see how this is made? You always kind of think that it should be January, December, but companies don't always operate by calendar. Sometimes they operate by what they call fiscal year. Sometimes it's kind of based on when their revenues flow. And just quickly, their largest revenue, what do you see their largest revenue is?
Automotive interest.
Yeah, and it's,
How much money did you put towards that?
this is not like,
Yeah.
I mean,
We don't wear it like this right now.
We are wearing it.
So how much money?
Let me squeeze my detail.
Like,
Making sense? Kinda. These financial statements are much, these have a few more line items than our simple examples on the board. Alright, real quickly before it's time to go, I want you to take, that same sheet of paper that you can go back to your seats. I want you to take your sheet of paper where you made your list, and I would like for you, I would like for you to write on that sheet of paper where you did your scribble. Do put your name, because I am going to collect these for participation points. I would like for you to write down something that you learned today in class that you didn't already know. Don't write down something that you, if you didn't learn anything that you didn't already want, I want to know. I want you to write, you taught me absolutely nothing. But if I taught you something today, I'd like to know what specifically it was.
Is it gonna count for anything?
It'll be toward your participation points.
Oh.
So don't turn it in blank. I mean, tomorrow we'll go back over these examples in a little bit more detail, and later we're going to have some activities where we can practice classifying. Now, one thing that's really easy, if you see something in our, this is kind of a hint for our future lessons. If you see items that say interest expense, rent expense, clearly those are going to be in which section of the income statement? The revenue at the top or the expenses at the bottom, clearly. Things like sales, service fees, that's going to be money coming in, so those are going to be under the revenue section at the top. Okay, that's all I have.
How do you spell your last name?
Mullis, M-U-L-L-I-S. That's all I have for today. Thank you guys for your participation. And don't forget, if you'd like a snack, help yourself. You can have them, but still they are